So our farm started 31 years ago. My parents bought this land and they were trying to figure out how they could make money farming, which can be a tricky thing. And cut greens are a really good way for farms to make money. They're a higher price point at the farmers market, and they're also something that people buy on a regular basis, and they're pretty user-friendly for the home cook. Like, anybody can make a salad. People are always looking for greens to make a salad. My parents just didn't really like lettuce. Like, it just wasn't their cup of tea. Personally, they didn't like the taste of it, so they were trying to find a blend of greens that they enjoyed and that also were a little different than what they were seeing on the market. So they came up with this mix of greens that has a little spice to it, which people really enjoy. And originally we were selling mostly wholesale to restaurants on the Vineyard. So this was also a blend that was very appealing to chefs as something different to offer in their salads on their menus. So we would harvest twice a week, around 200 to 300 pounds total a week, and then do deliveries to a ton of restaurants on the Vineyard. And then when COVID hit, we kind of shifted our model to more retail-based. So we built a new farm stand and started primarily selling our greens in the farm stand and at the farmers market, and not having to do these deliveries and driving around the island in peak summer and delivering to all these restaurants. And we found that our customers really enjoyed the salad mix. We also found that we had to start growing lettuce as well. So we grow this mix, but then we also do a complete lettuce, baby-headed lettuce mix as well, which is 6 varieties of baby lettuce. They're about equally popular, I would say now. The peace greens has like a very loyal following just because we've been growing them for so many years that people really enjoy them. And I feel like that is what we're known for at the farm, even though now we kind of grow greens, but we also grow a whole host of other vegetables. We've sort of really expanded past just growing greens because it's really tough on your soil. Growing salad greens is really hard to do without tilling. And if you till your soil all the time, you're breaking down your soil health and it's hard to get it back up. And you start experiencing issues like runoff and compaction, which are 2 things that make it hard to continue to grow veggies in that soil. So by diversifying and not growing just greens, we've been able to maintain some soil health and also just have a more expanded variety of offerings at the farm stand and farmers market. So we grow pretty much all types of vegetables. I would say the cut greens are still like 30% of what we grow, and the rest are veggies. And then we also raise pastured poultry and processed pigs. So we also got into livestock. We also got into growing livestock and producing local meat, which is something that isn't easy to come by on the Vineyard. I'm Ruby, I'm the field manager at North Tabor Farm.
I'm Kyle Bullerjahn. I'm the chef at North Tabor Farm. We're here in Chilmark, Massachusetts on the island of Martha's Vineyard. At the farm, I work with my partner Ruby on creating amazing dishes for our farm stand and also for dinners here.
I'm going to talk about our salad mix.
I'm going to take you guys through 2 different salads using our peace greens.
So our salad mix has a bunch of different stuff in it. It is called the peace green mix. It used to just be called the salad mix, but people got a little confused, and so we call it the peace greens. It is a mix that doesn't have any lettuce in it, so it's a little unique. It is also spicier. It has, should I show them? So this is Mizuna. It is a taller green, so it will grow quick and tall and is often very stemmy. So you try to cut it to make it less stemmy. I love Mizuna. It's actually in the mustard family, but it's way more mellow than like the red mustard, which can be like really sharp and spicy. Mizuna is very mellow heat, similar to arugula, I would say. It also grows really fast and is very prolific and often doesn't have issues in germination and is pretty like resistant to any weather, heat, rain. So this is a great green. It also isn't super common in like a regular grocery store salad mix. So it is nice to have it in our mix and people really love it. This is one of the kale varieties. This is red Russian kale. It's really good, tender and young. It can be a little like prickly when it gets larger, so we try to keep it very small in our mix. We also have, this is the red mustard green. This makes up the largest portion of the mix. When I'm mixing the seed, this is like 2 cups full instead of 1 cup, which is all the other greens get 1 cup in the seed mix. And this adds the spice to the mix and makes it taste a little spicier. This one's little. This is green tatsoi. Tatsoi is an Asian green similar to bok choy. You've probably seen it in the grocery store, much like larger than this. It's a really like tender green. It's more, I would say it's a thicker leaf than the rest of them. It's similar to baby bok choy. If you ever had bok choy, it's a similar flavor. It grows at a similar rate, and it just adds a nice like juiciness to the whole mix, because things like kale and Mizuna are often kind of on the drier side of greens, but this has a nice thick leaf and a lot of moisture. This is the red version, which is just red tatsoi. The tatsoi grows a little slower than the mustard greens and the Mizuna, so it will end up smaller in the mix. Then we have another variety of red kale called KXY, and then a green mustard, which is the same as the red mustard, just in the green variety. Sometimes there's another green that is the red version of the Mizuna. It's called Ruby Streaks, and it's occasionally in the mix as well. My partner is actually the chef on the farm. We have a commercial kitchen that we built 2 years ago and have started to provide like prepared meals and dips and spreads in our farm stand that are made from excess produce that we produce on the farm. And it's been a really good way to be able to use something that maybe we couldn't sell direct retail, but that could be used in a dip or a spread.
So here we look at it as a really kind of full circle process. If you're growing something, you want to honor what's been grown. So for me, I take that job as a responsibility to honor what Ruby has grown and the whole team has grown. So the first salad we made today was a pistachio dressing with our basil and nasturtiums. In that dressing, we use obviously our basil, which is really bountiful right now on the tops of them, and our nasturtium plants. Our nasturtium plants are lovely because we can use the entirety of the plant. That's the flowers, that's the leaves, even the stems. So we combine all those with some really nice lemon and olive oil and salt and dress our peas greens with that.
In order to clean the greens after harvesting, we have a washroom facility where we also keep our walk-in cooler, and we rinse the greens twice in these big veggie washing bins, and then they go into a large version of a salad spinner. So the salad spinner that you would use at home to get all the moisture out of your greens, we have that, but it's an automated version. It's built for us by the UMass Extension program. They build out salad spinners for commercial farms. So that's what we use to get the moisture out of our greens after you rinse them, because if they stay wet, they'll just rot faster. And we're able to rinse and dry our greens and have them stay good for up to 2 weeks in the fridge.
Salad number 2, I used all the herbs. This is great. Our peas greens, they're really interesting in terms of a flavor profile of their spiciness, and for that I love to complement it with all the herbs we have growing here on the farm. So lemon thyme, oregano, anything that's really coming in. I think for us, it's using the entirety of the herbs. So we use a lot of the herb flowers too. When you're buying herbs at a grocery store, you don't see the flowers of the herbs. And normally that's because the production of it is solely based on how much herbs can we get. And when you're growing, you want to get rid of any of the flowering herbs. But for us, we're really, lucky to have them flowering, and we can use them for our dishes. So you'll see in the video that they're actually using the entirety of it, including the flowers from the herbs, which provide a great color and also a great flavor profile. And that was combined with a really nice lemon and olive oil base again. And we finished that with two really interesting components, a local sumac and some onion ash. So sumac actually grows wild on Martha's Vineyard, and we're really lucky to work with local partners that go and forage sumac, dry it, and then we're able to use it in different dishes. If you're unfamiliar with sumac, sumac is a wonderful herb, and it's great for actually drying and then using as a component to a citrus profile. So let's say you were making something that you didn't have a lemon or lime on hand. If you use sumac, it really ups that citrus and acidic level. So the onion ash I was telling you about is a cool component. We're really lucky to have this beautiful wood-fired oven on the farm. And I cook a lot of things in it, and I always want to be able to use the full kind of spectrum of heat levels that the oven can produce. So when I roast off my onions, before you would think, oh, I need to take them out, I actually let the tops of the onions cook all the way through to almost disintegration. So they're completely blackened and really kind of charred. So obviously we've got onions fresh out of the ground right here, and then we have our onion ash. So the components that we go into this is obviously you want to use as much of that bulb as possible, but more often than not, these tops end up in the trash or hopefully in a compost. But in this case, what we've done is we'll cook this entire onion off. We'll use about this amount up to here for dips or spreads or any type of cooking that you want to use them for. But obviously we finish the tops and we end up with this really nice char. And this char is it's a really interesting way to treat the whole plant. You do not need like a big wood-fired oven to make it. You can have at home, just set your oven to 400, don't convection bake because the fan will just blow the onions everywhere, but set it to like 450 and let it roast for like 30 minutes. And then, you can replicate the process of making it and then let them cool and dry. So I'll take all this really nice onion and blend it. You could use any blender to get to a nice almost powder. And that powder you can store and use it on top of any type of dish that you like that can add a nice smokiness and obviously like an allium, like an oniony flavor to it. But it's kind of speaks to the philosophy here at the farm that you want to use the entire plant.
I honestly eat them raw, a lot of the times without anything on them. When I'm just cleaning up after processing through the day, there's a bunch on the table and I'm like, well, might as well. But a lot of people like to, I would say they're not like a green that you have to dress really heavily just because they already have the spice level. They already have a lot of different textures. So you can just do something really simple, like just a salad dressing, maybe lemon juice, olive oil, but you can do anything with them. You can even saute them. Some people like to cook them. They're not like lettuce that will get wilty and slimy. Like they are strong enough to withstand a very quick saute, which is nice. So they're a little versatile in that way that they don't always have to be eaten raw. But yeah, simpler is better with this green mix just because it's already has so many different types of greens in it.
Peace greens are really the foundation of this farm. It was really what the farm was built on, and we still make them today. It's a wonderful blend. It's something that can be really used for anything, from a salad. You could stir fry them. You could, for me, I put them with some nice fried eggs for breakfast in the morning. They're available at our stand, and we have them really seasonally throughout, spring into late fall.
That's good, babe.
Thanks. Onion ash. Looks like dirt. That's why I like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, the peace green is beautiful as always. Thank you. I think the two things I wanted to do was kind of texture and flavor differences. So for this one, this is our nasturtiums and basil and pistachio, and a little bit more kind of like a chunkier dressing, So not blended or anything like that. So really nice pistachio, lemon, olive oil, nasturtiums, and basil. And then the second one was kind of fun. I wanted to treat it in a way that got to a nice vinaigrette, but really kind of like bumped the flavor profile of the greens that are in there. So we did like all of our herbs, our lemon thyme, our oregano, everything that I could grab, to be honest, and then blended that down with lemon and olive oil, and some of our roasted garlic. So all that garlic that I roasted on Monday in the wood-fired oven, used some of that as like a base for it. And then blended that to a nice consistency, dressed it, and then finished it with the local sumac we get. And then the onion ash that I cooked off in the wood-fired oven. And that just obviously for texture and for flavor, and also obviously presentation. Hopefully it looks good, and hopefully I'm honoring those beautiful greens you made.
Well, are you gonna try with me?
Yeah, of course.
Mm. It's good.
Right? Lemonade?
Yeah, and garlic. This one has the garlic in it. Mm-hmm. It's very good. I like the onion ash with the sumac.
Yeah, right? Nice combo.
Yeah.
A little like smoky and citrusy.
Do you put Szechuan pepper in there?
No.
I like tingles a little.
Yeah, I think it's the onion ash and sumac.
Yeah, maybe it's a sumac too.
What do you think?
I like this one more.
You do? Mm-hmm. I mean, the basil's really nice.
Like I like the leaves in nasturtium a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I think the flavor of nasturtium leaves are better than the flavor of the flowers. So I like when people use them because I feel like they don't get highlighted enough. They just have a better heat, and it works well with the pistachios a lot.
Yeah, really good.
Okay, what if you did the onion ash on this one? I just like basil in dressing too.
We do. It's really nice and super simple.
And that one is like similar to what we make at home, whereas we don't put basil in our salad dressing usually.
Yeah.
Well, it's raining, so we better finish this video. Wait, I can't.
All right, well, rain's coming in, so we're gonna call this video, but hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you can make these at home and come by the farm anytime you're on Martha's Vineyard and grab some peace greens. Yeah.
Well, you prevail though.
Let's get you a fork, man.